All right, guys, good morning. We have got a day with a bunch of PR and a bunch of stocks with volume. This is quite a big watch list. I'm not particularly excited about because it's a lot to try to keep up with. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on everything. Just sit back and watch, kind of here. See, so Epic, you made a little bit of money off of Blue yesterday. Nice job. And Blue popping up here. These dead cat bounces, they happen. This is what I was looking for on this yesterday. It just took its sweet time doing it. It took pretty much all day, just about all the way till midday before it finally started climbing. But nice so far. Got UAVS in a triangle here. Let's see what else. ANVS. Okay, this sold off. Broke the trend line. UMRX. This was in a triangle in pre-market. And it has moved pretty hard so far. Popped out of that triangle. Solo's cracking down. Solo was in a triangle as well. That triangle's cracking down though. Vive, nothing yet. F-Tech. It's had a trend reversal so far. Move that. Positive results on a COVID treatment on HEPA. I'm waiting. Before I start taking anything off my watch list, I'm gonna wait. Let's see. UAVS coming up to this triangle now. Just a second here. There's some selling pressure right there at the high of the day. A pre-market high of 178. Buying's starting to come in here a little bit. Got a minute and a half for this candle to close. What's up, Daniel B? Good morning. And the buyer at 166. So got 45 seconds for this to close. There's buying coming in at that 166 area. I don't like the upper shadow that this candle is going to close with, but we'll see. If it cracks below 172, it's probably gonna break down. Yeah, 162 cracking here a little bit. Oh no, buyer still came back in, pushed it back up. Let me give that a second. So there, yeah, UMRX. Whoops. Starting to flag a little bit, it looks like. Possible play there with this flag. Okay, UAVS is really cracking this triangle, so most likely it's not going to break out. So I'm going to focus on UMRX now. So let's see what happens on this flag. Oh, shit. Well, damn, that just popped out of that flag really quick. Missed out on AVRO. Don't feel bad, because I'm pretty sure I might have missed out on UMRX here. Because that flag popped pretty quick. But I want to see how this candle's going to close now at this point. Let's see what else is going on. CRVS. Interesting. This is starting to rip a little bit here, breaking over 6. It's got some resistance right across here at 610. So it's just right where it hit at. I'm going to give that a second. This is... a second for do its thing. UMRX pushing back down into the triangle, kind of. Or actually, it's on the women. It's coming off of the triangle. I may look for an entry on UMRX here. I don't like this upper shadow though on the 5-minute. A little Let that 5-minute close, see where this next candle opens up at. CRVS pulling back. Blue had a pullback. Solo's almost back in the triangle tip there. 5-0. FTech, nothing really happened. HEPA looks ugly. I'm just take HEPA off. No, I don't want to take HEPA off because of that COVID trial. I want to keep it on there just in case. I want to keep an eye on it. URMX pulling way back down. Oof, boy. This is one reason why you gotta wait for flags and stuff to confirm, because this can happen. And if anybody bought in up here at 325, they just took a nice little hit there. Good morning. Is it Louis or Louise? Say yes for Louis, no for Louise. If it's neither, then I apologize because I'm so bad with names. What's the SPY doing right now? Is the SPY dropping? No, SPY's not dropping. Did drop overnight a little bit, but yes, okay, it is Lewis. Awesome. All right. Well, good morning, Lewis. Okay. This is why I kind of wanted to sit back, because usually when there's a lot of PR like this, you'll have some quick rips. Got a pretty decent U-shape on Vive forming here. Vive breaks over 76, possible play there. You can really see that U-shape on the 1 minute. Just watch Vive here for a second. And it's coming up. Got some resistance at 78 cents, at 80 cents. At the top of this candle, 87. And there it goes, starting to break. Starting to break that 76 area. It's more of a scalp play. There's just not a lot of room. There's just not a lot of room because of all this resistance ahead. I mean, it could break through all that resistance, but still. Give that a second. CRVS. Okay. How's Blue doing? Blue's not doing anything yet. Solo's still trying to hold up in this triangle. So Solo dipped out of this triangle, but is back in it. So there's a possibility on Solo. And we've seen Solo, 2 days in a row going pretty nice moves. I do have 2 monitors. One monitor is I have the live stream on so I can see the chat. And another monitor is just my platform here. You can see there Vive couldn't break. It tried to break, but it couldn't break. I tell you guys what. Right now, I'm not particularly liking anything at the moment. Everything's a little ugly. There's something I'm missing. Let's see, VXRT. VXRT. It's no PR, but it does have some volume. AYR. Okay. I did miss AYRO. I had this on my watch list, but I took it off. As you can see, it just broke over this downtrend. It's basically a big old triangle. But now at this point, I've missed it. I'm gonna put it on the watch list just in case it decides to keep going. NYOR. Big has a big gap. Big lots. I don't really see a big gap on this. But you're going to have some resistance probably at 40.56 right at this little pivot point. And there's some more resistance right there at 42. And then 42.99. So there's a couple of areas of resistance. I don't really see a gap on that at all. Huh, I didn't know big lots paid a dividend. That's interesting. They'll let you delete it. I delete things all the time. Let's see, what we got going on here, HEPA. HEPA. I have a bit of a triangle on HEPA. It's not doing much at the moment. Oh, never mind. HEPA all of a sudden starting to get some attention here. Just popped as I started looking at it. Little pop out of nowhere. Starting to pop out of this triangle. Because it was oversold. That's what I was talking about blue yesterday. I was saying, man, this is really starting to pop on HEPA. But blue was at $12. They missed their primary endpoints, and everybody overreacted, and they sold it, and it dropped $10. Man, I'm gonna miss this. I got a call coming. I don't know who it is. Look at this. Look at this nasty rip that's about to happen here. All right. Well, yep, there I missed the rip on this. Of course I did. Why not? So, very nice rip on this, breaking out of this triangle all the way up to $4. Let's see what else is going on, because I can't get into that now. UMRX trying to come back up. Let's see, we got a bit of a trend line. Let me remove this stuff here. Let's see. This is actually kind of a big triangle here as well. Maybe. Alright, let me go through this list and see if there's anything I can take off. And blue's selling off. I don't like F-Tech at all. NAOV selling off. Let's see where was CRVS at. Put this minute chart back here. Nice job, Steven. Nice job. So some of you guys actually made some profit on blue. Good job, everybody who made some profit on blue yesterday, or into today. Solo cracking down. Vive looks ugly. I'm gonna take Vive off. I may end up taking Solo off too. NVAX. And NVAX is in a big channel. So you got some support right down through here. And then you got the tops. Tops of this channel right through here. So all you got to do is just play the channel on this. If it breaks over the top of the channel, then you're good. If it cracks below the channel, then you want to get out. SYK. There's not any volume as far as the day trade. It's popping up a little bit here, but there's really not a lot of volume. I don't think I would try to make a day trade on it, at least at the moment. And as far as long term, I have no idea. I don't know this company, and I'd have to look into it. I see they pay a dividend, but if you ask me on long term, look at this. HEPA still moving. Man, this was a nice rip. Still pushing up. It looks like it's got room. Well, it's running into the resistance right now at 435, so that's probably as high as it's going to go, at least for the time being. It's probably going to get hung up there and either flag or have a big pullback, or I'd say it's going to get hung up there for a little bit. See, this has no volume, so I'm going to take this off. No, you should not invest in CHK. The video explaining CHK will be out today. I'm going to do it right after this live stream and post it. This video is going to happen today. So anybody asking about CHK, you will see my answer on this stock in a little while. It's a terrible stock. It's a terrible stock. But I'm not getting into it. Like I said, just if you haven't subscribed, if not subscribed, just subscribe. That video will be out in a little bit. After the stream. Or a little bit after the stream. See, PDSB, too much going on there. No, I have no idea. I don't know. Dominion, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. It looks like it got downgraded by experts, as they call themselves. Just because blue is down doesn't mean that it can only go up. Blue can still go down. 0 is the bottom. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or says. The fact of the matter is, blue could go down to 0. Now, it could go up, but I mean, this is on every single stock. It's a 50-50 shot on every single stock, whether it's going to go up or down. I don't know enough about this company to say maybe hold it for that long or anything. I don't know what their numbers are. I was just looking at it as a dead cat bounce day trade yesterday. That's all I was looking at it for. Past that, I really don't care. They did miss their primary endpoints. I don't know the seriousness really of them missing those primary endpoints. Is that the only drug that they have? If that's the only drug that they had and they never can get another drug, then they'll probably go out of business. But if they have other drugs that are in the works, then yeah, it could keep going up possibly. Don't flip coins. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about holding it longer for than a day or two, I would definitely do a lot more research on it. Is what I would recommend. I mean, it's very easy to say a stock is down really low and all it has is room up to go. I mean, technically, yes, this could get all the way back up to 12, but just as easily it could go down to 0 and be delisted and put on the OTC market. So there's not really, you have to do more research, look at it yourself. Because it could be 6 months, it could be years before this ever goes back up to $12 again. Like, who knows? There's no telling right now what this is going to do. The only reason why I liked it so much was because it had sold off so much and it got this nice move yesterday. After this big move here, after this dead cat bounce, it may not go up anymore. If it starts cracking below these areas, then it could be done. I mean, I don't know if you should do options. I don't like options, but solo cracking down here pretty hard. If you like options, go for it. All right, let's see here. CRVS is coming back up to this resistance. It's kind of a cup and handle pattern. Look, I'm going to say this. If you want me to check a stock and it has no volume on it, then the answer is no. Don't trade it. First, I'm gonna keep an eye real quick here on CRVS before I switch over to anything, because this might start breaking out here. Let's see, it's 5-minute candle. This candle's got 3 minutes to close, so I kind of want to wait for this candle to close. VLSR, yeah, it does have volume. Okay. Yeah, VSLR looks good. And it just broke over the pre-market high at 1391, so you should have support there. I mean, if I was looking to get in this, I would look to try to get in close to this pre-market high of $13.90 or $14. It could just keep ripping, but if you get in now, you're kind of gambling, because if it doesn't keep ripping, it's going to drop all the way back down to 14, maybe $3.90. But I would just look for support to hold up right there in that 13.90, 14 area. Let's see, where'd CRVS go? So we're having a bit of a pullback here. 565. Yeah, it's pulling back right across tops of these candles. So if that can hold up as support, I may look for an entry around this area. Let's see where this 5-minute candle closes at. And it's starting to come back up. Looks like it wants to try to hold that area. See, this would be the third touch of the 615, or that was the third touch, so the next touch would be the fourth touch. Let's give that a second. I'm going to look around real quick. UAVS popping up here a little bit. It's got this major resistance ahead. It is building higher lows, though. You got a low here and a low here. Oops. So this might end up being a big triangle. UAVS maybe. See, 550 is trying to hold up as some support. Yeah, it's getting held up right at those resistance areas. If it does break 615, it has room up to 670. UMRX has cracked the trend line. How's HEPA doing? HEPA with a little bit of a pullback. Looks like it's trying to start finding some support right here at 380. No volume. FLNG is garbage. Let's see, CRVS cracking pretty hard. All the way down to 537. AYOR has pulled back quite a bit. How's Solo doing? Solo bounced off of this bottom support here. There's a nice little move off of that bounce from 387 up to 410. That was about 25 cents there. Yeah, close to 25 cents. YMDX. Not a lot of volume on it. I mean, there's some, but not a ton. And right now it's doing a bent fishing rod, so I mean, it is a little bit of support at, it looks like 50.28. But I mean, there's not a lot of buying in the stock right now. Look on this max chart. Let's see what's going on with this. $771, okay. EOLS is on crack. Oh yeah, this is moving nicely. This looks like a nice little rebound. CRVS is coming back up again. This is interesting. I think I may look to go on this here soon, possibly. Doing a nice little slow build up to that resistance, which I like to see. Starting to push up here. I would I should have got, kind of wanted to get in a little earlier, but let's see. Let's see what's going to happen on this candle. I'm going. It looks like it's about to break 615. I may got in too early, but let's see. It hit 615 and there wasn't a ton of selling there, so, but I may have jumped the gun. There we go, starting to push over 615 up to 630. There is some resistance at 630. And it's pulling back a little bit. And this is why I said I may have jumped the gun on this, because that candle hasn't closed yet, so. See, where's the bottom going to be at? Let's see. 538, 567. This is still sketchy, in case anybody else is thinking about getting in it, because it needs to break that 615 if it can't. It was nice to see it break over it for a second, but it pulled right back down, which is a little sketchy. We want to see $6 start holding up as support. And then if it can break over 615 again, we want to see 615 become new support. See, it's trying to break 615 again here. Where'd I get filled at? Man, I got filled right at resistance too. Yeah, I jumped the gun on this entry. I should have got in earlier when I was thinking about it around 570. At this point, this still could turn around and go back down. We are starting to see a little bit of buying hold up on $6. This candle's got 10 seconds to close. I'd like to see it push into 615 on the close. There we go, taking out 615 again. Yeah, I can't check any stocks right now. I'm in on this stock in kind of a sketchy area, so. Let's see, break over 625 acting as a little resistance. We got bids up to 625 there for half a second. There we go, starting to push up a little bit over that 630 area. Starting to push up. Okay, we got a little bit of buyers starting to come in. A little bit of new buying in coming in at 625. That's good. That's what we want to see. Let's see where we at right here. Yeah, we're at a little bit of resistance at 642. If it can break over 642, though, it should have room up to 7. So my profit target's probably going to be 7 on this if it can break over that 642. And it's doing it right now, starting to push up a little bit. That 640 still holding up as some resistance. See if they start getting taken out or not. There we go. Took out that little seller, those sellers there. It still hasn't got a big rip though yet. I was looking for a big rip over that 615 and it's like slowly just putting along above it. Ooh, big buyer just came in at 640. Yeah, buyers are trying to come in at 640 here. And it may not get the big rip I was looking for. It may just be this little move. Starting to pull back a little bit. We got a minute and a half on this candle to close. This is a pretty low float. $640 holding up again as some resistance, but it pushed through that. Ooh, now it's pulling back a little bit. I want 625 to hold up as support. That's where buyers were coming in at to hold this up. And so we got 30 seconds on this candle to close. Really want to see it start pushing up over 640. Coming back down a little bit here. I may have been too greedy on the $7 price target. I may have been aiming too high. We did open up above the 615 line on this 5-minute candle, but see, where's the 9 at? 581. See, 625 starting to act as resistance a little bit again. So this is probably going to have a pullback here. Woo! It dropped quick. Big quick drop there. Where'd the bottom of this candle drop to? 560. 565. So I'm going to put a stop loss just in case at like 562, I think. Because it is having a pullback. But the question is this a healthy pullback or is this a sell-off pullback where this is going to be done for the day? Need to see buyers coming in and pushing this, keeping this up over 575 at this point. Yeah, I would have loved to got into Tesla at 350 back in March. Yeah, this might be done. Let's see, when's this candle over? This candle closes in 3 minutes, so still a lot of time on this candle to. Oh, why didn't I get in Tesla back in March? Because I honestly thought that the market was going to drop lower, so I was waiting. I was looking to get in Tesla even lower than 350. Basically, I was being greedy, so I missed out on that opportunity. Like, I was thinking, if the market keeps dropping, if I could get Tesla around 200, 250, that'd be a steal. But, you never know. Exactly, Mark. Hit them with the words of wisdom. So it's starting to push back up to 6 here in this last minute of this candle, last 45 seconds. So it may have just been a little healthy pullback, which is why I didn't jump out right away. But we'll see. Got 30 seconds on this candle to close. I'd like to see it close over 6 at least. But it may not do that. A little bit of selling pressure here. I don't like where that candle opened. I may get stopped out because that candle opened up a lot lower than I wanted to see. It does look a little. I don't. It's a little choppy, but as long as this candle closes green, it won't be that big a deal. It looks like it had a nice pullback, nice sell off. People selling from this 650 point or 6. Yeah, it hit 650. I mean, it just, anybody, people who bought down here at 5, they're definitely going to sell at 650. So they were just selling right there. People getting out of it who've been in it. So now if this selling is done and this candle can get back over 6, which it's trying to right now, which it is, then this would just be a healthy pullback, and then this will keep climbing up. That's what I'm looking for. And see, we're already getting back up to that 620 area. So if it was just a healthy pullback and that's all it was, then we're still good to go on this. If this could actually, if we get an engulfing candle here, if this can get over 625, if this candle closes over 625, it'd be a good engulfing candle. So we'll see. Nice job, Epic. Nice job getting in there, getting a little piece of this. Like I said, my price target is $7, so I have a high price target on this. I mean, we're talking a whole dollar move, but it was all the way up at $9 in pre-market, so that's why my first price target is $7. The fact the stock has the ability to rip dollars is what I'm looking at. There you go. Nice job, Epic. Nice job. See, trading is not as hard as all the gurus and stuff will make you think it is. Like, it's really not that hard. You just have to know what you're looking for and know when to get in and out. If you know all that, it really becomes pretty simple. It's our emotions and minds that overcomplicate trading. You get too emotional, or you get FOMO or whatever. But if you can really get good at technical analysis and understanding price action, then you can really keep a hold of your emotions. $625 still is holding up as some resistance again. Patience as well, yeah. I mean, don't think of it like that. Like, don't worry about the extra cents that you're leaving on the table, man. You made $100 today in what, an hour's worth of work? Doctors don't make that type of money. So be happy with what you got. I mean, the couple of cents that you missed, like, oh well. Like, it's, as your account gets bigger and you start scaling up your position sizes and stuff, then that $100 you made today might be $1,000 next time. And like, if you made $1,000 in an hour, are you really concerned about the 15 cents that you might have left on the table? That's all I'm saying. Because you got to look at the flip side. 80% of traders, and actually I think that number is even higher now, but we'll just say 90% of traders fail. 90% of traders lose money. So if you've made money, if you're making money in the stock market, you're doing better than 90% of everybody else. So, I mean, you're worrying about a little bit of extra cents on the table. I get it, but at the same time, you're doing good. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about that extra cents. So now we're starting to push up again here. We know 650 is going to be some resistance if it can get back up there. We're starting to push up a little bit. I really want to see a big old buying volume candle come in here somewhere and really push this up. It's not happened yet. We're getting these little moves, which is, I'm fine with these little moves. I like the little moves because it's nice, healthy movement, but we just haven't had one of these big green candles like this yet, which is what I'm looking for. And it may not get that, but This time though, when we touch 650, we really want to see 650 break. We don't want it to get hung up and go straight back down again like it did last time. But we're kind of ramping up to that 650. Kind of make, there we go. There we go. They were starting to move a little bit. Just pushed all the way up to 660. So we got buyers starting to come in at 650 now. We're pushing up. Very nice. Very nice. Let's make our way on up to 7. Let's get on up there to 7, little buddy. You can do it. So where do we hit? 675. So 675 is going to be some resistance. I don't think it's going to be too much resistance, but it could be. You never really know. Breaking through 670, breaking through 675 here. Oh, yep, there we go. A little push through 675. Got 2 minutes on this candle to close. So 675 is acting like some resistance. So we may have another pullback. If it can't break 675 here. It's trying. Still kind of getting hung up here, but this candle's almost a 4 million in volume candle. So a little pullback. We got 45 seconds for this candle to close. Pulling back down to 650. I want to see 650 start holding as new support. A little bit of selling at 665, but not much. There we go. Nice open on that candle. Now we may get another little healthy pullback here. Let's see what happens. Because anybody who got in at 6 probably sold off at 675. That's a 75-cent move. Or anybody who got in here at like 575, 580, that's almost a dollar move. So if those sellers got out, let's see if new buying comes in and pushes over 675. We're pushing over 675 right now, up to 680. Hit 681 so far. Coming back, we just hit 685, I think, at the top of that candle. 683, so selling at 683. And they're gone. 685, some selling, and they're gone. All the way up to 688. And we're back down to 675. So 675 kind of starting to look like it's going to hold up as some support. I'm just going to take my stop loss out here because I'm probably going to be selling real soon, it looks like. Yeah, buyers coming in at 680. A 5,000 share buyer. And we're still bouncing around here. 685 is still holding up as some resistance. No, 675 not holding up as support anymore. So it's a little sketchy still. See, how strong is that $7 resistance? 688 was the high. Having a bit of a pullback down to 650. Let's see. But we want to see 648 hold up as 650, 648 hold up as some support. I may put a stop loss in like 645. So if it does come back down, I'll at least lock in some profit if it can't keep climbing up. Let's see how this candle closes before I do anything. See, 645 would have got hit there. So this may be a healthy pullback like this one though. We don't know, but that's what I'm looking. See if this can close above 650, I'd feel a little bit better. $665 acting as a little resistance. We got 10 seconds on this candle. Let's see how this closes and see which direction it starts heading in. So the bottom of that candle was 642. The 9 is at 620. I got that support at 615. I've got like 3 areas of support where my entry's at. Let's see what happens here. It's starting to push back up a little bit. We're starting to push back to 670, trying to anyway. It looks like I got hung up at 675 again. There's starting to be a little bit of buying coming in. Is that all you got? Is 688 is that all this has? Is my question. I want to see this a little closer. So both the bottoms of these candles hit 642. And we're having a pullback here. Put a stop loss in just in case it really starts dumping. It is coming back down, but like I said, this could be a healthy pullback. It could be the same thing that happened here where it was just a healthy pullback and then we get another leg up. You see buyers are trying to push it off of 6. I mean, the 9 is right here at 617. That old resistance of 615 is right here. There's a lot of support right here below the bottom of this candle. So as long as this candle doesn't sell off lower than that, then this will just be a healthy pullback. That's why I put a stop loss in case it did start dumping. So we got a minute and 20 seconds. It is getting a little sketchy. I will admit that. It is getting a little sketchy, but in the whole scheme of things, this is just a small red candle. I mean, this is a big red sell-off candle here. This right here is not that big of a sell-off candle. So saying if it doesn't go any lower than what it went, then it's just kind of a little healthy pullback candle. So that's what I'm looking at. That's why I still haven't quite got out. That's why I haven't got out yet. See, where's the tops of these two candles at? 663 is the top of these candles, so top of these bodies, so a little bit of resistance at 663. Let's see, this candle's fixing to close. We did get a little bit of selling, but let's see if buyers start coming in on this next candle. I've only got 50 shares. I don't want to sell half. I mean, if I sell half, you know, like right now, you're talking about a little bit of profit. I mean, a little tiny profit. You can see we're trying to push back up to that 650 area. There's a little resistance there, but if it breaks through that, and it did, it broke right through that. So it's still figuring out its way. It's still just bouncing around right now. So I'm selling at 660 right through that, selling no problem. So got some selling at 665, little resistance there. Pushing back up to 670. There's some resistance at 670. That's breaking down. Buyers are starting to cut through that a little bit. There we go, breaking through 670. So that was just another little healthy pullback. See, we're already back up to 680. You got back on it. So, and you can play these like this. I mean, I'm using a small amount of money, so I can't really jump in and out of plays like that. But that is I mean, you can do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because I'm using such a little bit of money, though, I'm trying to hold through. Trying to hold through at least to my profit target of 7. Trying to stick to my plan. My profit target was 7, so if it keeps showing strength like it wants to move close to 7, then I'm going to try to hold it until 7. Because right now it's looking like it's ramping up for a breakout over 7. Now I don't know if that's going to happen for sure or not. And this is pushing back down a little bit here, a little upper shadow, which is a little nerve-wracking because we're starting to get quite a few upper shadows, a lot of selling pressure. Trying to hold this below 7. So now if this candle closes with this upper shadow, it's going to be a little bit sketchier than I would like. I was looking for this candle to close over that 663, this line right here. But it looks like it's going to close under it, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to keep being able to go up anymore or not yet. I'm starting to push back up a little bit. It's got a minute to close. I'd really like to see it close over 663. If we start seeing the pressure switch, if we start seeing more selling and things start acting up as stronger resistance, then we know the direction's probably going to change, and it's starting to kind of get a little iffy, especially the way this candle is closing. I'm still above the 9 though. We did somehow close green on that candle. It was red as it could be like 5 seconds before it closed. And it did end up closing green. Bottom at 623. Starting to look a little sketchy here. We want to see 625 hold up. If 625 doesn't hold up, this could be it. Yeah, see 625 starting to crack. So yeah, it's starting to look like I may end up taking a loss on this. If it cracks below 6, it's going to hit my stop loss. This right here, that upper shadow right there, and then this now breaking below this 621. If this candle can't get back over that 620 area at the bottom of this candle, if the body can't close over that, this is probably going to lead to a sell-off, like an actual big sell-off that we've not had yet. All right, Steven, have a good one. All right, guys, give me just a second. I'm going to give this a minute. I'm going to take a little breather break here. My eyes are starting to burn, but I'll be right back. I've got a stop loss in. If I get hit and take a loss, that it is what it is, but we'll see. Okay, so stop loss was not hit. It got pretty close, but it looks like that 615 is trying to hold us and support that old resistance. Let's see if that can hold up. If that can't hold up, then this is definitely going to crack down. It is possible I got too greedy. Oh, I got in at 615 or 614 is where I'm in at. Yeah, let's see. If 6 can't hold up, this is going to crack. The trend line is all the way back down. Actually, it looks like it's trying to come back down to the trend line, so this is probably going to crack. The trend line at 573. But I'm not going to try to hold it after if it If it cracks $6, I'm just going to take the loss because I'm not going to hold it all the way back down to the trend line. Yep, there I got stopped out. All right. And it came right back up to 6. So yeah, it looks like it's trying to come back down to the trend line. That's what it's trying to do. So good job to anybody who did make a profit on that move through there. And I know I could have avoided this loss. I could have traded this differently and made a profit easily, but I really wanted to stick to that $7 profit target. And it just didn't quite get there. It got hung up at 687. And I'm just curious, where was 687 at? Let's see. Right there. Right there is the resistance that it got held up at. You see, right through there. The candle hit here, candle hit here, candle hit here. So that was where the resistance was at, 687. So, oh well. Not bad though. Good job to anybody who made some money. It probably can still go back up as long as this trend line holds. It's on this trend line. You extend it back, you can see it kind of started at that trend line. So as long as the trend line holds up, it very well could bounce off of it and make its way back up. But I just wasn't really willing to risk all the way down to the trend line if that's what it does. It looks like $6.15 and $6 may try to hold up. And I may have just gotten stopped. Market makers might have got me on that stop there. Because buyers are pushing it back up right through here. Alright, so let's see what else has happened, and then I'm probably going to call it a day. Let's check what else. UAVS selling off, cracked the bottom of that trend line. So we can take this off here. ANVS never really did too much. Sold off a little bit. UMRX, that was all the rip that it had. AYRO. Kind of got it on a trend line at this point. Solo's still under this downtrend. If Solo could break above that downtrend, it might could move. Blue selling off all the way back to there. HEPA's trying to continue on. It found support off of the backs of these candles here at 355. And FTech, nothing else. So UMRX looks like it possibly can solve. This is a big triangle on UMRX. This is one of them, what you call a symmetrical triangle, it looks like. Solo trying to pop. Solo doesn't have hardly any volume though at the moment. See how Solo look. It's this big line. Let's take that out. Alright. Alright, so if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. We'll give the stream about 5-10 more minutes here. Use alerts instead of stops for that reason, yeah. I'm not a big fan of using stops because you do get hit sometimes like this where you get pulled out of it. And you can see 615 is trying to hold up. It had a pullback, but now it's starting to look like it may start making its way back up again. $5.92 was my stop loss too. That's why it's silly, because that's the bottom tip of this candle is right where my stop loss hit was at. And you see it's pushing back up to 630. So that's I probably got the old market maker hoodoo there on that stop out, but it is what it is. Because the overall direction of the stock is still pointing up. So, until it cracks the trend line, it's still in this upward direction overall. It's probably gonna be like blue was yesterday. I went about my day. It's like, I can't believe blue didn't get any move whatsoever. And I checked my phone like middle of the day and saw blue was at 4 something. I was like, oh, okay. Blue did get that move. It's probably the same thing's going to happen today. I'm going to go about my day and then check my phone in a few hours, and CRVS probably going to be up at 827 or something like that. You can't. What's your problem with the Thinkorswim chart? Yeah, I was in blue yesterday. I was in blue early. I got in blue in the live stream. I was in blue back here around like 260 something. And then when it cracked right here, I got stopped out, and then I went about my day. And then I saw it then I looked at my phone and saw it was right up here, and I was like, all right. Well, it's still struggling. Now it's starting to crack down a little bit more, so it may come back down and test this trend line. That's kind of what it's looking like it wants to do, is test the trend line before it comes back. This candle here did get a nice bounce up to 638, but the way this candle opened and is pushing down, let's see. Well, this candle just opened, so 603 could be the bottom of this candle. Still too early to tell. Oh yeah, you got back in it on blue in that channel. You talking about right here when it broke the channel finally at 320? Or you got down here at the bottom of the channel? Channels are pretty good. They're pretty easy to use. I mean, they're pretty simple. When you have a whole lot of candles like this hitting a support area and hitting a resistance area, you know, all you gotta do is just wait for it to break over the channel, and then you can get these nice moves. So yeah, see, now this candle's starting to come back up. But that's what I was saying, it's too early. Like, you have to pay attention to the timing on the candles and stuff too. When it comes to reading the chart and reading the candles and the price action, like my Thinkorswim has a clock right up here, and you know every 5 minutes the candle's going to close and the next candle's going to open. And 5 minutes is a lot of time. So even though this was pushing down right in that first 30 seconds, after a minute, it's already back up to 625. So that's why it's very important to keep an eye on time with the candle movements. 275. That's not bad. Let me see where on the channel you got in at. Looks like you might have just got in. When it started coming back up. You kind of got in the middle of the channel, which, I mean, that's not terrible. It's better than getting in at the top of the channel before it breaks. It's not a bad entry. You caught it, catching it in the upward momentum movement, so that wasn't too bad of an entry. I think you did pretty good on that. You might want to have that checked. The video for CHK will be out today. Okay? CHK, I'm going to do a video specifically for CHK to answer everybody's questions about that. Let's see, what was that big triangle? What was that? Oh, Solo, look here. Solo finally taking all day to break out of this downtrend. And Solo just popped up from 423 to 450. So if you haven't traded anything yet, you may want to look at Solo as it's starting to break over this downtrend. Because here's the thing, and I like the 5 minute because it gives you more of an idea of the movements of the stock. Like the 1 minute gives you way more detail, but if I'm looking at this versus the 5 minute, it can be a little bit deceiving at times. Because like right here, you can see the 9. When it pushed up here and broke over this, then it sold off and broke below the 9. I might have expected it to come all the way back down to the trend line there and maybe missed out on this coming back up. The way the 1 minute just looks to me for fluid motions for like the overall of the stock, it's just too much. But that's why I do keep the 1 minute on. So see, that's a lot clearer of a direction. You can see now that it's not all a bunch of stuff. It's just my preference, because when I look at the 1 minute, I usually make bad decisions. I make a lot better decisions when I'm on the 5 minute. Now I do keep the 1 minute up over here when it comes to an entry on like the break of a triangle. I'll look to see if it breaks the triangle pretty strong, and then if the next minute candle will hold up, and you can get an entry that way. But me personally, just because of my brain, and I know how my brain works, I have a lot harder time just looking at only the 1 minute chart. And you also get it, I'll show you another example right here in the beginning. See, in this 1 minute chart, you see this coming out and opening up, and it starts moving. You get two nice green candles, and you're thinking, oh, this is a great entry. And you get in here, and then it sells off on you. Now your stop loss is going to get hit, because if you get in here up at 550 and it drops all the way down to 486, you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to be out. So if I'm looking at the 5 minute on that, I can see, oh, see that 5 minute, those first 2 minute candles were big green candles. But because I'm looking at the 5 minute, I can see that there was some selling pressure, coming in. That's why I wait for the 5 minute to close, and then you get this, you get a little bit better, clearer picture of which direction it's going to start heading in. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I do have the 1 minute right here on the side. I just don't hardly look at it. The only time I look at the 1 minute is particularly, and I don't always even do this, but particularly I look at the 1 minute for the entry on like a triangle break. 1, 5, 10. if that works for you, go for it. Like I said, my brain, I know how my brain works. And if I had if I had a 1, a 5, and a 10 up, that'd be too much for me to look at it once. And I would make bad decisions. I like to keep things as simple as possible. Day trading is already a little bit complicated because there's so much that you have to learn because it's a new thing if you've never done it before. And it looks like CRVS is testing this trend line now. But to me, I like to keep things as simple as possible. So I can't have a 1, 5, and 10 minute up. I would make so many bad decisions. And as you can see, where I didn't lock in profit on this stock, I make bad decisions sometimes even with the 5-minute chart. So if I add any more to it, my percentage of bad decisions will go up. So to keep my bad decisions at bay and keep some type of consistency, I just use the 5-minute. I keep it simple. Oh, here it is, UMRX. This was that triangle. And it looks like it's going to crack down out of this triangle, probably sell off. AY... See, where's Solo at? Solo got up to 455. Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of preference. That's why you kind of, as you're learning and stuff, you'll learn stuff that fits your trading persona because everybody's different. Everybody's brains are different. Everybody's emotions are different. The way we perceive things are different. Like this, that's one of the biggest things about our country is everybody has a different way of seeing things. Some people can have similar ways, but everybody is pretty much individual people. And so you have to kind of adapt your trading strategies and plans to your perception and your thoughts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it works for you, Chris, then keep doing it like that. If you're profitable, then keep doing what you're doing. There's no reason to change it. But that's why you'll hear me a lot of times say, well, that can work, but for me, this is what I'm doing because I've come to that understanding. Things are not as clear cut as they can be. And it looks like Solo's going to try to move up some more here, possibly. It has a little selling at 454. If it can break through that 454, you might see this make another move. It kind of looks like it's starting to flag a little bit, possibly. So like now, I can look at the 1 minute and I can see the flag pretty clear here. If I was going to look for an entry on this, this would be when I would use the 1 minute. Because right here, it's kind of, like, can't really see it as well as you can on the 1 minute. And right now, there's not. Yeah, see, it's starting to crack a little bit. What I was literally about to say is there's not a lot of volume right here. This last candle, there was only 500,000 in volume, and then the candle before that, there was 1 million. But the 5-minute candle we're on right this second, there's barely any volume in it. So I'm looking at this, I can see that volume is going out. Then this is probably going to crack down, and you can see it's cracking down as I'm talking about it. But see, that was a way to use the 1 minute, because at that moment I wouldn't have been able to tell, looking at it on just the 5-minute, whether or not it was going to break this flag. But because I switched to the 1 minute there, I could see that detail that I needed to see on these volume bars and the candles. So that worked out. That was a great little perfect. That was a perfect example. So that's what I use the 1 minute for, if I use it. So very nice, very nice. But see, like this one on the 5-minute, I don't need to look at the 1 minute to tell that it's not going to break out of this triangle. The triangle's already done. You know, and I could have seen right there, okay, it's dipping below the bottom of this triangle. If this next candle opens up and starts pushing below this triangle, then it's not going to break up. So I didn't need the 1 minute for in that scenario there. No, I don't particularly like the tick charts because it's too fast a movement. It's kind of the same thing. If like with the 1 minute, it shows you a lot of detail, but it's so quick. Those little increments. Like, cause I'm more concerned. My biggest concern on a stock is which direction it's heading. If I can see which direction it's heading, like on CRVS, I could see this was heading up back here. You know, I started watching this real close right in this area. I can see on the 5 minutes pointing up. I'm not, like, right at market open when it's super busy, I'm not looking to jump into any trades. That type of trade is a fast trade, and preferably I'd just rather not do that because I always lose on those trades. Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, okay, guys? I'm a little bit slow, so using tick charts and doing really quick momentum buys and stuff at really busy times, my brain can't handle that, all right? So because I'm slow, I have to use the 5 minute for the long move so I can tell, like, okay, so I've got time. Like this trade, it was plenty of time to get in this and get some profit off on it. Some of you were jumping in and out of it making profit on the way up. So it's partly because I'm dumb, and it's partly because I'm not using that much money to trade with. So, you know, I can't be making really quick moves. I have to be pretty confident on a stock that I'm getting into that it's going to make the move I'm looking for. So, all right, I'm not a supercomputer. I can't analyze information that fast. I'm sorry. Apologize. I can't help it. It is what it is. No problem. I appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate everybody coming in the live streams. You know, we've been getting 15, 20 people a day, which is nice, you know. 3, 4, 5 months ago, it was just me, One Life, and Dom. So I appreciate the kind words. I really do. And I appreciate you guys being a part of this. If you guys are not in the Facebook group, go join the Facebook group, Framework Fortune Day Trading. A lot of people are in there. Mark Dalton is in there. One Life, Daniel B, Dom P. I know we got a new Dom. We got 2 Doms in here, Dom P and Dom C. I don't know if Dom C is in the Facebook group, but Mark posts a lot of good articles and stuff like that, a lot of research. Like, Mark Dalton is a research monster. You can learn a lot from the way he researches stuff, and One Life and Daniel B are in there always messing around. So, you know, we're trying to stay one big community, the YouTube channel, live streams, and the Facebook group all together, so everybody can kind of contact each other, talk to each other, discuss strategies and, you know, watch lists and all that stuff. Framework Fortune Day Trading on Facebook. Here, I'll type it out for you. There's not like a ton of activity in there, but we only have like 200 members in there. But there is some activity. I mean, the more people get in that group, the more activity there will be. But Mark is always posting just about every day or every other day with great research on stocks, on long-term holds and swing trades and all that. So that way, when you're not during when the live streams are over, you can still go to that group and talk to everybody who is in the live streams and stuff. Nice, 3,000 on the day. Nice job, man. Very nice job. I'm going to start cleaning my charts up because I'm done for the day. 130 it's still a good day. 130, you know, a lot of people think of it this way. A lot of people are going to go to work today and work 8 hours at $7.50 or $8. So 8 times 8 is $64. So some people are going to go today and they're going to work 8 hours flipping burgers or fries or something like that and make $64. You made $130 today in the span of an hour or two. So, you know, day trading's pretty cool if you ask me. Exactly what Chris said. Any day up is a good day. Absolutely. So, all right, guys. I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me today. We'll be back tomorrow for some more, hopefully, excitement. Today was an interesting day, but yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. Stay safe out there. Go join the Facebook group. Until next time.